Shay Russell from mining.com.au, and we are once again coming to you from Mines in the Vines, which is being held by Securities Vault. Standing next to me is Dr. Mike Jones, the Managing Director of Impact Minerals. Dr. Mike Jones, it's a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
It is, Shay. It's always great to be here on mining.com.au.
It certainly is. Thank you very much for your time today. I know everybody's having a lovely lunch, so I really appreciate you coming over to talk about high purity alumina, the Lake Hope project. You've seen a lot of success with this project lately, as well as the processing plant. Can you give me a little bit of an update of where that's at?
Sure. So some big things we ticked off this year. First of all, completed the pre-feasibility study on Lake Hope. Fantastic economics. Most importantly, one of, if not the world's lowest cost producer of high purity alumina, which is a growing market for in the high-tech world. It's used in LEDs, light emitting diodes, it's used in semiconductors, and it's used in batteries and technical ceramics. It's a very good place to be. And so at the moment, we complete after the PFS, we're doing a lot of test work. It is rather boring. It's difficult to put news out that really excites the market, but there's stuff coming, believe me. And we are very convinced that we have a fantastic project there. So the pilot plant you talked about, we purchased a 50% share of the assets of a high purity alumina production platform and technology. We have a pilot plant now that is about 95% commissioned in Perth, and we believe that in 2026 we'll have significant material HPA that we can provide to clients. And at the moment, we're very focused on trying to integrate the Lake Hope project and feedstock into that pilot plant. And that's going to be some very big news going forward there.
So I look forward to those updates, but I wouldn't mind shifting this conversation a little closer to my home, and that's Broken Hill, which is really only 1,000 clicks from where I live. We can finally start talking about some of your projects out in this area. What are they and what's to come?
So look, people know about the Lassonde curve, all right, which is, you go through exploration and then you go through the development. Impact is kind of locked down in that, in the trough of development, as we like to call it, on the Lassonde curve. And so look, we are going to add a little bit more excitement to the story, which is to reinvigorate our exploration at Broken Hill. We've announced already a couple of significant ground acquisitions this year. We're now actually probably the largest single ground holder in Broken Hill. And that entire region has been the subject of quite a bit of corporate activity. The original RAS mine, found back in 1883, has just been bought out by Broken Hill Mines, BHM. They're going gangbusters there. We have some amazing targets that we're going to be rolling out over the next couple of months. And we believe there's a good chance there. A few cheap drill holes will tell us whether or not we've got a major ore body. And we can certainly look forward to that early in 2026.
Also, you've given us a hint of what's to come in 2026, but what are sort of some of the upcoming catalysts investors can keep their eye out for? I know you said, some of the work that you're doing, the HPA is a little bit on the boring side, but still these are some milestones that we can tick off along the way.
They are milestones, they are. And so Broken Hill, obviously, on the side in a way. I don't want people to think that we're not unfocused, because we have actually done 2 deals on our other exploration projects this year as we get increasingly focused on the HPA. But every now and again things come up and you think, I've got to go and drill this, and that will happen at Broken Hill. So that'll happen in the first quarter. But in terms of the HPA, we're getting very close to being able to commission the pilot plant, and that will really trigger, I think, a big re-rating next year, because we'll be able to interact with customers and clients and give them product and give them material and look for offtake agreements. So that's the big things. We're also going to be seeing a rollout of our potash strategy. So we have mentioned in pre-feasibility that potash is a very key byproduct for us. We've come across a couple of methods of making potash, and that will be probably a quicker entry into any marketplace by being able to sell potash as opposed to the HPA. So you're going to see a significant rollout of that potash strategy as well in the next couple of months.
All right, so there's no slowing down to the end of the year, and it sounds like you're starting the year at next year at full speed as well. Listen, Mike, it was great to catch up with you and see you in my state for a change.
Yeah.
I look forward to future updates.
Thanks very much, Shay. And Mines in the Vines has been a great conference. So some very sophisticated investors here, let me tell you.
Oh, I've been very impressed myself. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.